Welcome to the introduction of our 12-day tour in Iran. Day 1. Upon our arrival in Tehran, we will be met by a local representative and transferred to your hotel via a private coach and spend the night. Day 2. We leave the hotel for a full-day excursion in Tehran. We shall first visit the wonderful Gulistan Palace. This grand complex is one of the oldest monuments in Tehran that was built over 400 years ago and later on became the official residence of the Qajar dynasty. Here you will have the chance to visit the famous Mirror Hall and Marble Throne. The next stop, we shall visit some museums such as the National Museum, the Abgine and the Jewelry Museum. In each of these complexes, tourists will get a chance to view many fascinating exhibits covering the history, culture, and lifestyle of ancient and modern Iran. Our last stop in Tehran shall be the Grand Bazaar. This historical bazaar in Tehran is split into many corridors covering over 10 kilometers in length and features some magnificent Persian architecture. We shall spend some time there for purchasing traditional clothes. We shall spend some time there for purchasing traditional clothes and handicrafts. In the evening, we set off towards Kashan and spend the night at the hotel. Day 3. In the morning, we leave the hotel to discover the delightful oasis city of Kashan. First, we shall visit the Tabatabai house that was built in the year 1880 and belonged to one of the most known trading families in its time. This traditional Persian home features a lovely interior and exterior and is known as the bride of houses in Iran. Next, we go towards the Feen Garden. The Feen Garden complex features some of the most marvelous exterior and interior Persian designs and landscaping that truly is like an oasis in the desert. Pools, streams, and fountains of water alongside rows of trees create a perfect atmosphere to spend hours to strolling. To end our morning tour, we shall visit the Kashan Puppet Museum and see a number of authentic traditional Iranian puppets and toys from various periods of history. We take some rest and have lunch in Kashan and then head out towards Abyaneh. One of the oldest villages in Iran, famous for its reddish hue and multi-level setting, is called Abyaneh. This village, along with its traditional population, attracts thousands of tourists each year. After visiting the charming village of Abyaneh and taking pictures with its friendly locals, we drive towards Isfahan. Day 4. After breakfast, we leave for a full day sightseeing in Isfahan, and our first stop will be the Nakhsh Jahan Square, which is at the heart of this traditional and historical city. This UNESCO World Heritage Site covers an area of over 89,000 square meters and is one of the biggest squares in the world. On the four sides of the square are four important monuments of Isfahan. We shall first visit the two mosques which are located at the southern and eastern sides of the Nakhsh Jahan Square. The Sheikh Lutfullah and Jame Abbasi Mosque are both majestic examples of Persian Islamic architecture. After visiting the mosques, we shall head to the western side of the square to visit the Grand Ali Qapu Palace. This historical palace was built by Shah Abbas in the Safavid era as a symbol for the entrance of the Safavid government. We shall head towards the northern side of the Nakhsh Jahan Square to visit the Grand Bazaar of Isfahan, where travelers shall have the chance to do some shopping and visit some traditional workshops. Our final visit of the day shall be the Chehel Sultan Palace, which is a beautiful pavilion featuring 20 wooden columns that, when reflected into the waters of the fountain in front of it, they appear as 40 columns. The Chehel Sultan Palace also features a traditional Persian garden, which is a World Heritage Site. Day 5. On our last day in the enchanting city of Isfahan, First, we shall visit the Jame Mosque. This mosque is known to be more than 1,000 years old, and because of its ancient Islamic architecture, in the year 2012, it was announced as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The Van Cathedral shall be our next stop. This unique cathedral is located in the Jolfa district of Isfahan and is famous for being the only church in the world to have a curved dome similar to the mosques. The interior of this church is covered in magnificent frescoes. Before lunch, we shall visit the Music Museum of Isfahan, which has won the prize of the best private museum in Iran. Towards the evening, we shall visit the famous bridges of Isfahan that pass over the Zayande River. Siyosepol and the Khaju Bridge are beautifully lit in the evenings and are a great place for social interaction with the locals. Day 6. We will set off to Yazd, one of the oldest cities in the world. We will visit various sites such as the Nareen Castle, the Pigeons Tower, a water reservoir, and an ice house, the Zilu Museum, and finally, we spend some time at a pottery workshop. We will have lunch at the Shah Abbasi Caravanserai and then continue towards Yazd, visiting Chak Chak en route. We visit the ancient Zoroastrian mountain shrine by the name of Chak Chak. Day 7 begins with a memorable visit to the Tower of Silence. This historical site used to be a former Zoroastrian burial ground. One of the most ancient Zoroastrian fire temples is located in Yazd, and we shall have the opportunity to visit this spiritual place. We head towards the Water Museum of Yazd and learn about the hardships the generations in Yazd have gone through to provide and store water in this desert city. The Amir Chachma complex shall conclude our morning trip in Yazd. This historic complex features one of the most iconic structures of Yazd, and alongside that, a caravanserai, a bathhouse, and a cold water well. Jame Mosque. This grand mosque that was built in the 12th century is a fine specimen of Persian architecture. The interiors of the Jame Mosque have elegant colored tiles that create a soothing atmosphere. The Alexander Prison got its name from a reference in a famous Hafiz poem. The Darwaza Imam Dome is considered unique because of its shallow design. We will next visit the Dawlatabad Garden. Here we will have the chance to view an authentic Persian garden and even the tallest wind catcher of the city. In Yazd, we will have the chance to participate in a unique experience. The Zurkhane is a traditional gym that was originally used to train warriors and wrestlers. Day 8, we say goodbye to the ancient city of Yazd and set off towards Kerman. On the way, we shall visit a pistachio garden in Rafsanjan. Before arriving in Kerman, we shall have lunch in the magnificent Shahzadeh Garden. This historical Persian garden features beautiful tree lines and streaming pools, which today is a recognized World Heritage Site. We shall also visit the Shah Ne'matullah Wali Shrine, which is a historical complex in the town of Mahan and contains the mausoleum of a renowned Iranian mystic and poet. Day 9, we shall have a half-day city tour in Kerman and visit the famous Ganjali Khan complex. This historical complex is located in the old center of Kerman and features a collection of sites and landmarks such as a traditional bathhouse, a bazaar, and a caravanserai. In the afternoon, we shall tour the Shahda Desert and visit the incredible natural phenomenon of the Lut Desert and its caloutes. Day 10, we fly to Shiraz in the morning and start our exploration in the city famous for its art and cultural influence. First, we visit the Zandia complex and its collection of historical attractions such as the citadel, the bazaar, and the mosque. In the afternoon, we shall enjoy visiting Hafiziyeh, the tomb of Hafiz, one of the most famous Persian poets known all over the world. Next, we visit the Aram Garden, a historic Persian garden which includes a beautiful traditional building and a green courtyard with fountains and ponds. This place truly feels like an oasis in the midst of a desert. Before the day ends, we shall also visit the historical shrine of Ali ibn Hamzeh and the iconic Quran gate of Shiraz. Day 11. Today we start off by enjoying the colorful Nasirul Mulk Mosque. The mesmerizing Nasirul Mulk Mosque, also known as the Pink Mosque, is the next site we visit. This mosque is famous for its colored glass facade, and it is a popular photography stop for most tourists. We drive out of Shiraz on a trip to discover the history of Great Persia. Persepolis, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The ruins of this ancient city, the capital of the Achaemenid Empire, is proof of the great Persian history. Here we will see the famous Takht-e-Jamshid and the Nakhsh-e-Rostam, which is the resting place of several Persian kings. Day 12, we shall accompany you to the airport and hope to see you again in Iran. We hope you have enjoyed this introduction of our Iran travel package. Sunny Yazd.